Hello there, grade 8 and 9s. We are continuing with our favorite subject or topic, geometry of 2D shapes. So last time we did, if you did not watch the video, please watch it. We did geometry of straight lines, of parallel lines, how to calculate angle. So we're continuing with our section. So today we'll be dealing with 2D shapes. 2D shapes is two-dimensional shapes. So we'll be studying a very interesting shape, a triangle. We'll be studying about a triangle. So obviously, what is a triangle? A triangle is let me use a ruler. A triangle is a shape that has three sides. Something like that is your triangle. So it has three sides. So let's say it's A, B, C. So obviously we've got this side, we can call it AB, this side we can call it BC, and this side we can call it AC. So it has three sides. And then each side or point there has an angle. So it has three angles also. And what is special about these angles is that the sum of the angles add up to how much? 180. So let's say angle A plus angle B plus angle C will give us 180 degrees. So this is very important. You need to know this one. When we will be calculating angles of a triangle, we are going to use that rule there to say the sum of interior. Remember, the word interior means inside. The sum of interior angles add up to 180. This is very important because if you are given these two angles, we can get this angle by doing what? By subtracting from the one angle. Let me give an example quickly. So I need to be quick with this. Let's say shape. Let's say you are given a triangle ABC and they tell you that this is 30 degrees, this is 80 degrees, and they say find X. Remember, with geometry, you must give a reason for every statement, yes. So I'm going to write my statement and say angle A plus angle B plus angle C must add up to how much? 180 degrees. And what will be your reason? Your reason will actually be what? This one, what we said there. The sum of interior angles equals to 180 degrees in a triangle. So you need to highlight that you are using that one in a triangle. So angle A is 80 degrees. So in the place of A, I'm going to write A. B is how much? 30 degrees plus C, 180. Then I'm going to add these two. I get 110 C, which is X. Okay, so in the place of C, you can write X because I wrote it as X there, 180 degrees. So obviously, if you're looking for this one, you're going to take 180 degrees, 110 that side. Yeah, don't mind the music, the background music. You can enjoy it. Yes, so 70 degrees. Can you all see that? So this answer here is actually 70 degrees, so that when we add these three angles, we get how much? 180 degrees. So that's very important. So we're going to be using this rule a lot of times, especially when we'll be calculating angles, interior angles and exterior angles, angles that are outside. So let's go on. We have types of angles. So I'm going to just push it up there a bit. Should I put it where? How? Okay, let me just try to fold it a bit. There we go. We have types of angles. We have types of angles, types of triangles. So we have how many triangles? We have four types of types. Okay, this is not English. 4 types of triangles. Yeah. So we're just going to highlight them quickly and we do questions after that. Okay, so you can correct me there. 4 types of triangles. Okay, so the first one is, we call it what? So I'm just going to label them as ABC again. We call it a scalene triangle. What do we know about a scalene triangle? No side is equal to each other. So, no side is equal, or no sides are equal. Quack, 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 quack. English is chowing me today. So no sides are equal, all the sides are different. So you can see by the strike. So if you see 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, it's telling you that all the sides are different. They would be the same if this one and that one had the same number of strikes, then they would be the same. Another thing that we realize about this one is the angles. The angles are different. So angles are not equal. Or not the same or different. So once you can prove any one of those rules or reasons, then we know that we're dealing with a scalene. If the sides are different, it's a scalene. If the angles are not the same, it's a scalene. Meaning at least one of them should be the same for it not to be a scalene. But if all are different, then we're dealing with a scalene. Okay, let's go on. Number 2, we call it what? An isosceles triangle. This one is my favorite isosceles triangle. So I'm gonna write it here, isosceles triangle. This one you're gonna do it a lot of times, especially when you go to grade 10, 11, you'll be dealing with this one quite a lot. So you need to know it while your mind is still fresh, and understand it because it's very important. So what do you notice about an isosceles triangle is that 2 sides are equal or the same. So 2 sides are equal. So 2 sides of an isosceles triangle are the same. 2 sides are the same. And what makes it very important is this. If those 2 sides are the same, this side now becomes the base. Can you see? It becomes the base of the triangle. Remember when we're calculating area, we calculate it as what? Half base times height. So the triangle must have a base. So this becomes the base. So 2 opposite sides, 2 opposite angles of the base are equal. Very important. Meaning this angle is equal to that angle. Are we all clear? So in an isosceles triangle, the 2 sides are the same and the base angles are the same. So base angles are equal. So this is a base, this angle and this angle, they are opposite. Can you all see? They are the same. So this means, let me show you quickly. This means if they give you a triangle like this, I'm trying to use a ruler so that it is very straight. If they give you a triangle like this, and they tell you that this is 30 degrees, once you see these 2 lines, automatically they don't need to tell you. You must just know that if this is 30, because these 2 sides are the same, the base angles will be equal. So suppose here they put x. How much will x be? X will be 30 automatically. This part will be 30 degrees because of the base angle of an isosceles triangle is equal to how much? 2. They are the same, yes. So if this is 30, this becomes 30. If this is 40, this becomes 40. So if you are to find this angle there, what are you going to do? You're going to say 30 plus 30 plus whatever angle is put there must give me 180. Then you say 30 plus 30 is 60. Take 60 to the other side, you get your answer. So I'm just going to try to do 2 questions here at the bottom so that what you see what I'm talking about. Because this one, I'm spending more time on it because I want you to really understand what I'm talking about. Okay, let me try to do it like this. Okay, let me write it like this. But I will show you now what I want to do. Okay, let's label our triangles A, B, C, and let's E, F, G. Is that E? Okay. All right. So let me give you this. So I'm going to write this, and then I'm going to write this. So we need to identify the base. The base is the one that is not similar to the other side. So in this case, what will be the base? The base will be this one. So if the question says this here is 70 degrees, calculate angle B. How much will angle B be? BB. Okay. So angle B will be how much? Angle B will be 70 degrees as well because of base angles of an isosceles triangle. Can I write it like this? Isosceles triangle are equal. So automatically this becomes 70 degrees. So if they say find angle A, can I write it on the top here? If you were to find angle A, look, we have this side and this side. Now, if we're looking for this side, we're going to say all these angles must add up to how much? To use this rule, you need to have at least 2 angles. You cannot use it while you have 1 angle. Now, what are you going to do? We're going to say we're looking for angle A. We're going to say angle A is what we're looking for. We have the value of angle B and the value of angle C. It's that one. 70 plus 70 is how much? It's 140. Sorry about that. It's 140. Take 140 to the other side. So 140 minus that becomes what? Becomes 40 degrees. Can you all see it? So what will be your angle in your reasoning in this case? Interior angles add up to 180. Can you see? They only gave us one side, but because of this type of a triangle, we're able to find this angle and that angle. Yes. Okay, I'm just confirming the answer right there. Now let's do this one. In this case, what would be the base? The base wouldn't be this one in this case. The base, I said, is the one that has not a similar triangle, the similar to the other side. So in actual fact, this becomes the base. So let's just spice things a bit. Suppose they give you this side, angle 80. They give you angle G. They say angle G is 80 degrees. Find angle E. So what are you going to do in this case? So can I turn it a bit? I hope you see it. They gave you the other angle. They didn't give you the base angle. So what we need to know is this. What we know is that since these two sides are the same, the angle here and the angle there are the same. So I can write it like this. Let's say, for instance, it's x. If this angle is x, this angle will also be how much? X. All right. We're going to use the most famous rule that says the sum of interior angles add up to how much? 180. So I'm going to say, okay, angle G plus angle E plus angle F must all add up to how much? 180. What will be your reason? Remember, every statement must have a reason. So you're going to say interior angles add up to how much? 180 in a triangle. Interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. Then we start substituting. So angle G is 80 degrees plus x, because these two are the same. You can make it y to be y, it does not matter, but make sure they are the same because of we know that the base angles are equal. Then you say, okay, x plus x will be how much? 2x. Then in this time, it's your basic solve for x. I'm going to take 80 to the other side now. Can you all see? So 2x equals to 180 minus 80 degrees. Always when it crosses the equal sign, it takes an opposite sign. So if it's positive, it becomes a negative. Never, 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 never forget that, because it's gonna ruin the beauty of what you are trying to do. So 180 minus 80 becomes 100. Divide both sides by 2. X is how much? 50. So this means this portion here is 50 degrees, and that portion there is how much also? 50 degrees. So that when you add them up together, you get 180. And it actually shows that these two angles are the same. This is what they can ask you. This one of the two questions. Look out for that in the exam. They can probably ask you something like that. Moving right along, we are doing the third angle now. Triangle, equilateral triangle. Wow. Okay. This one, what do you know about this one? From the word equal, equilateral, from the word equal of the equilateral. Okay. In an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So if this is 5 centimeters, this is 5 centimeters, this becomes 5 centimeters. Obviously, I'm not drawing to scale, but once you see the strikes being the same, if here it was 2 and it's 1, 1, it tells you, this tells you which sides are the same. They are represented using the same symbol. Then, very important, all angles are equal. So the angle here and the angle there and the angle there is the same. Let's use this PRS. Let's just use anything. So this means that this side PR is the same as RS. RS is the same as PS. And then angle P is equals to angle R is equals to angle S. We are proving this goes with that one and that one goes with that one. Now, we're going to deal with this one now. All the angles are the same. In a triangle, angles equal to how much? To 180. So all these triangles must add up to 180. And they are equal, meaning they are sharing 180 equally. They are having a fair share of it. So I'm going to divide it by 3 because of we are dividing this by 3. Each must have the same. We get how much? 60 degrees. This means in an equilateral triangle, the angle is always and always equal to 60. All the angles equal to 60. So that when we add them up together, they give us how much? 180. And then if this one becomes 61, then they can never be the same. They can never be equal. So they are always and always equal to 60. If you get a question like this, they're going to ask you to name the type of a triangle and give a reason. They give you this and they say find the value of x. Without any calculation, what are you going to do? The value of x equals to how much? 60, because of all sides are the same. They told you that all the sides are the same, therefore it's an equilateral triangle. And if it's an equilateral triangle, we know that all angles are equal, and they all equal to how much? 60 degrees. That will be your reasoning. This tells us it's an equilateral triangle, and therefore all the angles are the same. So this is x, it's how much? 60. It does not change, it remains the same. And then last but not the least, we deal with the right angle triangle. So with the right angle triangle, it's going to take us to something interesting, but we won't do it for now, called the theorem of Pythagoras, right-angled triangle. So what is special about this one is that it has this, and when we do in grade 10, we deal with calculating sides using trigonometry. We involve this. So right angle triangle, it's an angle that has a 90 degrees. The largest angle in the triangles is equal to 90 degrees, and it forms what? A right angle. So we call it a right angle. A right angle is how much? 90 degrees. And actually the right angle is formed by two perpendicular lines. So if this, the vertical line and the horizontal line, they form a what? A perpendicular line there, forming a right angle. So we can't say much about this for now, but we're gonna do what we call theorem of Pythagoras. We can actually Pythago. Okay. Yes, we're gonna be doing this question, but I'm just gonna write out the formula. The formula says we can actually calculate the sides of the triangle in this case, if it's a right angle triangle. The longest side is called the hypotenuse. That's the longest side, and is also opposite. The side that is opposite to the right angle, hypotenuse is the longest side, but I prefer you use this one. It's opposite the right angle. I prefer you use this one. So the side opposite to the right angle will be equal to the other two sides. So the sum of the two sides, AB and BC in this case, and then we square everything. Let's see. So that's the formula of the theorem of Pythagoras. You can actually calculate any given side using this formula. It's always like that. You make this one the subject of the formula, the longest side, and you can actually work it out. Depending which side they give you, you can calculate whichever side you want to calculate. And then what else do I have to say before we do the questions? I think that's about it. Okay, let's do the last one, exterior angles in a triangle, and then we go straight to questions. So this is an introduction to 2D shapes, and then we're gonna do what also quadrilaterals, your parallelogram, your rectangle, all of those fun shapes to work with. So let's do the last thing on this section, and then we go straight to questions. It's called exterior angles. Can I just fold this quickly like this so that you can see what I'm writing there? Exterior angles. So let's say they give you a question like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So they give you, okay, you see the triangle, right? So they give you this is 30, this is 55, and they give you X and they give you Y. So the question obviously will say, find the value of X. We can all do that, right? How are we going to find the value of X? If this is 55, I hope you can see it, it's 55. What are we going to say? We're going to say, okay, angles inside a triangle add up to how much? 180. So I'm going to say 30 plus 55 degrees plus X must equal to 180. I'm just using an example. So 30 plus 55 equals to 85. 180 there. And then what are you going to do? I'm sure you know it by now. Take this one to the other side. If it goes there, it becomes a negative. It's the additive inverse. We're basically subtracting both sides by 85. So 180 minus by 2. Okay, 95. And your reason will be what? Your reason will be interior angles of a triangle equals to 180 degrees. So that's what we used to find x. So I can go there and label x as 95. So if the question says find y, we're going to use this special rule called the sum of the exterior angles. So obviously, if you have been watching the videos, you still remember the straight line. You can use angles on a straight line to find it. And you're going to say 180 minus 95, you actually get y as 85. So 180 minus 85 is how much? 95, sorry. It's 85. So if we're using straight line, use angles on a straight line. Hey, what did I write there? Straight line. If we're using straight line, we're going to say 180 minus 95, we get 85, right? But we're going to use this special rule. Let me write it out. It says the exterior angle is equal to the two opposite interior angle. Okay, underline the word exterior, the angle outside. Do you all agree that the value of y, this angle, is outside the triangle? Can you see it's not inside? It's not inside this, it's outside. So this angle, it's not inside the triangle. So the angle outside will be equal to the sum. I forgot to put the word sum there. Please put it. The sum of two opposite interior angles. Yeah. So the sum of two opposite angles. So which two angles inside are opposite? We're not going to take the one that is adjacent to it. We don't going to take the one that is next to it. We're going to take the ones that are opposite to it, the other two angles, I mean. So we're going to say y is actually how much? 30 plus 55. Okay, we're back. Can you all see? I said this angle plus this angle will give me the angle outside. So you have to learn the rule. You might have to use it at some point, and you need to know how to state it out. Exterior angle is equal to the two opposite interior angles. So 30 plus 55 is how much? It's 85. That's what you use. So in this case, you might be at a point where you choose. You either choose this one or you use this one. But you have to learn this one because there are questions that will require you to learn this question only. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share the video, like the video, comment if you understand. You can ask questions on the comment section, but I'm going to go straight to questions now. So the next part of this will be questions. Thank you.